All right, today we're going to tackle one of the biggest myths in the world of productivity. We are diving into something called the flow problem. And trust me, it goes way beyond just managing your time.
So let's just kick things off with a pretty bold statement, something that might even feel a little wrong at first. You don't need more time. I know. We're all desperate for a 25th hour in the day, thinking that's the secret to getting it all done. But what if that's not the problem at all?
What you actually need is better flow. And that right there, that's the game changer we're going to unpack today. It's a complete shift in thinking, away from obsessing over the clock and toward managing the movement of your work.
So to really get a handle on this whole flow thing, we have to start by figuring out what the real problem with productivity even is. Turns out, the way most of us think about getting stuff done is, well, it's kind of broken.
I mean, think about it. All that time management stuff we've been taught, it's all about scheduling, planning, getting your calendar perfect. But you can have the most beautiful, color-coded calendar in the world and still feel like you're getting nothing done. Why? Because the real thieves of your productivity are the things we ignore. The constant interruptions, the waiting around, and the huge mental cost of just switching from one thing to another.
Let's just call them what they are, flow breakers. And I bet this list looks painfully familiar, right? Task switching, where you basically have to reboot your brain every single time. Waiting for that one email so you can finally move forward. Being overloaded with so many things at once that nothing actually gets your full attention. Or my favorite, the constant interruptions, those quick questions that are never quick. And of course, having to do rework because you made a mistake while you were distracted. Every single one of these just slams the brakes on your progress.
So yeah, all that stuff is what absolutely kills our momentum. To find the solution, we've got to look at the exact opposite. We need to clearly define what we even mean when we say flow. And you know what? The definition is actually incredibly simple. Flow is just work moving continuously from start to finish without stopping. That's it. Think of it like a river, just moving smoothly, No dams, no rocks, no blockages, just smooth sailing.
And when you actually achieve this state, oh man, the benefits are huge. When work flows, you deliver things faster. It's just a natural consequence. You also make way fewer mistakes because your brain isn't being constantly scrambled. And maybe the best part of all, you feel so much less stress because you're actually making real, tangible progress instead of just spinning your wheels all day.
Okay, to make this idea really stick, let's walk through a little story. I like to call this one a tale of two workdays. The setup couldn't be simpler. Picture this. You show up for your day and you've got 5 important tasks you need to get done. The clock is ticking, the amount of time in the day is exactly the same. The only thing that's going to change is how you attack the work. Now this is what most of our days feel like, right? A day of broken flow. You start on task A, you're getting into it, and then bam, an urgent email pops up, so you switch to task B. Then you realize you're stuck waiting for a reply on that one, so you might as well check your email again. You try to jump back to task A, but now you see a mistake you made earlier when you were rushing. Each one of those red blocks is like hitting the reset button on your brain. All your momentum, gone. So after a long, busy, super stressful day just like that one, what do you have to show for it? A big, fat 0. Not a single thing is fully 100% done. You touched everything, sure, but you finished nothing. It is just exhausting and totally demoralizing. And here it is. This is the whole idea in one single picture. On the left, you've got that chaotic day that produced absolutely nothing. But on the right, a day of continuous flow. The approach is totally different. You start task A and you see it through to the end. Then you start task B and you finish it. We're talking about the same person, the same skills, the same number of hours. The only thing that changed was the method. By focusing on finishing one thing at a time, 3 tasks get done. The result isn't just a little better, it's infinitely better.
So you're probably asking, okay, great, but how do I get that amazing productive day on the right? That is the million-dollar question. So let's get into some really simple, practical rules you can use to start fixing your flow.
All right, here are 4 things you can literally start doing today. First up, limit your active tasks. I'm serious. No more having a dozen things in progress at once. Keep it to 2 or 3 max. Second, and this one is the golden rule, finish what you start before you even think about pulling in something new. Third, batch your interruptions. Decide to check email at certain times, not every 3 minutes. And finally, make your work visible. Use a simple board, a to-do list, whatever, just so you can actually see what's moving and, more importantly, what's stuck.
You see? It all comes back to this one simple truth. The goal isn't to cram more work into your day. The goal is to protect your day from all the things that shatter your focus. You really don't need more hours. You just need fewer interruptions. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Just ask yourself, what would really, genuinely change in your work, in your stress levels, in your results, if you totally stopped managing the clock and started managing the flow?
Hey, if this idea of focusing on flow instead of time really clicks with you, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be breaking down more simple, powerful concepts just like this one to help you work smarter, not harder. Thanks for watching.